ワンオンワンテック始まります。今日のテーマは賢い AI より使える AI です。クロス的でも日々 GPT だとかクロードだとか AI モデルの進化についてコンテンツをお届けしていますけれども、賢くなるだけでいいんだっけという問いが最近業界の中でもいろいろ広がってきております。賢くても料金が高くちゃ意味がないんじゃないかとか、何にでもその最先端のフロンティアモデル使うのがいいんだろうかとか、いろんな議論になっているわけですけれども、そんな AI をめぐる議論を今日はシリコンバレーの最前線にいるスーパーエンジニア、AI ツール Genspark の CTO 甲斐忠さんにお話を伺います。トピックは3つです。 GPT とクロードの進化より大事なこと、そしてグローバル企業を70人で回せる理由、最後に AI 競争の行き着く先というこの3つのテーマです。それでは甲斐さんをご紹介しましょう。Okay, we're joined by Kei Ju, co-founder and CTO of Genspark. Thank you very much for being here.
Hi, I'm Kei. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you. So before going into the details, I'm going to ask you a quick couple of questions. And at the most basic level, what is Genspark? People might know from TV commercials and advertising or everything, but what is it?
I will say that Genspark is the AI for normal white-collar workers. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are using Cloud Code, Codex, some kind of very professional AI tools, but we want to kind of fill the gap for the people have access to the more advanced, very professional tools to the normal white-collar workers. Mm-hmm. So Genspark is the AI workspace for everyday use. Like we have the Office suite, Genspark Slides, Genspark Spreadsheets, Genspark Documents. So basically you can do all your office work here. And also we have a bunch of other offerings like Genspark Design, Genspark AI Developer, and also Genspark Agent Base, and a bunch of features, AI meeting notes, and so on. Mm-hmm. So you can do a lot of your kind of normal work, office work, in Genspark without being kind of professional trained as a software engineer or majoring in computer science. Mm.
So AI for normal people, everyday people.
Yeah, for everyday work, because a lot of people are talking about AI, but according to a lot of people I talked to, people will think, okay, AI is a little bit complicated. Mm-hmm. You need to be professional, you need to be developer, you need to operating the terminals to be able to use the AI. And we heard a lot of anecdotes about, okay, normal people using OpenClaw and cause disastrous consequence and so on. The data got leaked, digital content got stolen and something. But for Genspark, we want the user to have peace of mind. You can use Genspark just as easy as possible. For example, if you open Genspark spreadsheet, if you are familiar with Excel or spreadsheet, you can just use it right away, and it will show the magic in the AI's power, not the complicated operating interface by itself.
Right. Genspark is from what I heard, one of the fastest growing company in the world, AI companies in the world, like 250 million ARR in the first 12 months, and 6,000 enterprise customers in the first 6 months since the launch of the product, or $2.6 billion in valuation in the 2 years since its founding. So why grew so much quickly?
Okay, so first of all, it's in the AI era. Everything is happening very fast. Mm-hmm. The model is advancing, every day almost. Every week we have a new model, and every 6 months, every 6 weeks, the Frontier Lab release a newer version of model. Mm-hmm. So everything is happening very fast, and Genspark is very lucky to launch our super agent in April 2025. And after launching the super agent, we actually got a lot of great user feedback and user recognition.
What's super agent?
It's the Genspark entry point for all the sub-agents. If you open Genspark, you will see, okay, we have a bunch of sub-agents listed on the site, just like the slides agent, meeting notes agent, translation agent, chat agent, a bunch of sub-agents. However, super agent is the one to rule them all and to connect everything together. So imagine you can use Super Agent first to do a kind of a deep research about some topic, for example, about some sector that you are interested in, and then ask Super Agent to grab all the data into a spreadsheet. And afterward, you can say, hey, according to all the research and all the data in the spreadsheet, make a slide, make a point. And then afterward, you can say, hey, according to all these things, but it's too complicated, maybe just made a 3 minutes podcast for me, just the AI podcast. It sounds really great.
Yeah.
And you can get an AI podcast and you can listen to it when you commute to office.
Okay, so even if you don't know which tools you should use, you can just ask Super Agent and do
you don't need to
want.
learn. That's the idea behind Super Agent. You don't need to learn. You just ask and you get the output.
Because every time I try to use like a Cowork or Codex and Code, there's so much to learn. Like so much I should learn before I even started using it.
Yeah, exactly. And I often see a lot of kind of online ebook about how to use cloud code.
Right.
But I believe that the moment the book is written, the information is outdated.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I heard Japan, you're in Japan right now. I heard Japan is one of the top market. Which number?
Yeah, our top 3 market is US, Japan, and South Korea.
Okay.
So Genspark is, on the first day, Genspark is a global product provided in multi-language. So basically we don't plan for which market we spend more time on. We basically build it for everywhere. Everybody.
Just distribute it, let everyone use it. And
let everyone use it.
Why did Japan become like a top market for you?
I don't have a kind of concrete experimental result, but my theory is, I think US, Japan, and South Korea, in these countries that people work really hard. If you are working hard and Genspark can help you work, then Genspark gets popular. That's my theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So for the first part, what matters more than GPT and cloud, Genspark is not building foundation models like OpenAI or Anthropic do. So what exactly is it building?
That's a good question. What we do is we provide a final product, easy to use product to our final users. So Genspark is kind of model agnostic. So basically we use all kinds of models, and we are close partners with OpenAI, with Anthropic, with Gemini, with all the open-weighted model lab. And we also kind of fine-tune the open-weighted model to make it more suitable for our verticals, like the slide writing. We were fine-tune the open-weighted model to make it, because the open-weighted model is more cost efficient, and also when we fine-tune it right, the performance is even higher than the closed source model. So what we build is a combined product experience, and we are using all the models to do that. Imagine if Genspark is in one of the frontier lab, can we provide the product experience like we do right now? The answer is no, because with the model advancing so fast, so we are able to use the right model for the right usage. For example, OpenAI's model is really good at writing and analyzing, doing the plan. And also the Anthropic model is very good at coding, very good at front-end writing, and also very good at tool using. And Gemini model is very good at multimodal, very good at image generation, video generation, and so on. And we also have a lot of other models which are good at kind of, for example, sound generation or maybe podcast generation, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
So being able to be an application company and to be friends with all the frontier lab and the frontier model providers actually enables and empowers Genspark to provide the best experience to the user. So basically, you can think of us as a translator of the most most advanced or most frontier model capability to, just as we said, normal white-collar users.
So you guys are basically working on like a sort of the system of like routing the models to the task we want to get done.
Yeah, using a more technical word is we are building a Genspark harness to help user to leverage and orchestrate all the models and all the tasks, all their contexts, all the models, and to get their final output, get their final deliverables. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that more people are talking about model orchestrator sort of thing, and one of the Japan's AI labs called Sakana AI, that they launched a model orchestrator sort of models. Is it like what we need right now? Because everyone doesn't know which models suits the which tasks and.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for normal user, for everybody to understand which model is suitable for which task. Yeah, because just as I said, there's almost kind of one new model coming out every week. This morning, Kimi K3 just came out.
Okay, Kimi, yeah.
Yeah, and the capability, I think, is between Opus and Fable. But the price is kind of 3 times less than Opus, 6 times less than Fable. And you can use it to accomplish a lot of tasks that, before that, only Opus and Fable can do. But it's not necessary that every user can know that. And for Genspark, we will actually route the right task to the right model. And for the most demanding tasks, we were even using multiple models. We called mixture of agent. Multiple models combined together to get a better result.
So how do you guys know which models is good for this task?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Internally, Genspark is spend a lot of resource and effort building our evaluation system. So we will test all the models continuously and automatically. So basically, internally, we call it a grader. It's an AI agent to grade or to give score to another AI agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the grader agent will look at the target agents running. It will know, okay, which every step does this agent take, and for example, finally it got a slide, and it will evaluate the slide quality according to a lot of dimensions. For example, is the fact correct? Is the format correct? Is it looks good? Is it clear? Is it intuitively kind of acceptable? A lot of dimensions. And then we will also look at whether user want to change it or not. If user are not satisfied with it, the user will change it. So the grader agent will automatically look at everything and find out, okay, where I can improve on the next time. And then the system will actually pick this knowledge up, and improve itself.
Right.
So even though I give, for example, Genspark's software engineer a 2 months vacation from now on, as long as our users are using Genspark is getting smarter and smarter.
Yeah, I think because I thought knowledge work is not like a verifiable thing as coding.
Yeah.
So I think this needs to involve like a reinforcement learning with human feedback.
Yeah.
So that human feedback is the user's feedback. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so I think the feedback is the grader agent's feedback.
Okay.
And a lot of time we have did a lot of kind of human rating side by side. And we found that our kind of grader agent actually did better job than human.
Okay.
Because it can kind of cover all the dimensions, and it will not forget to, consider this aspect also. It is the essential reason why it is effective is there is always a generator and the evaluator gap. It is really hard. It is relatively harder to generate the answer, but it's relatively easy to verify the answer. Even though it is not verifiable by just you running a compiler. or running a code sandbox. But the gap is still exists, and the model can pick it up. So it's fine. You can think of human train the grader agent, and then grader agent train the system, and the system is self-evolving under the guidance of grader agent.
Right. Did you know the combination of the different models works better for knowledge work than the single model?
Yeah.
Like
We have used a mixture of agents starting from the beginning of 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, we even published a blog about it. Much more than the attraction it gets these days. We have already used it for 1 year.
Was it like before mixture of agents that got much attention from the industry?
Yeah, I think the mixture of agents gets some of the attention starting from I think starting from the launch of Fable, is it right? Once Fable got banned, and people find mixture of agent can get better result than Fable.
How did you know that in the beginning of 2025?
Yeah, we did a lot of experiment is trying to understand the capability boundary of all the models, because the new models is coming out just as a new model is coming out basically every week, and be able to leverage the kind of cutting edge capability is the key for Genspark. So we run a lot of experiments to say, whether the model can do it now. We used to have a lot of kind of experiments that before certain time or before certain model came out, it never works. But the great thing in the AI area is suddenly one day you will find, this model is capable of this kind of new pattern, and totally everything changed. So one story is, I think, the one story is the borrowing of our super agent. So to also give an analogy, it's more like a kind of experienced driver have a kind of destination in mind and have a GPS. If this road does not open, or it can detour to another road.
Yeah.
So this is much powerful. That's actually the borrowing of super agents. So after this test, because we have tested this kind of pattern in 2023, none of the model that time works. Even we use GPT-4. At that time, it's the most powerful model, but it does not work. And when we tested it in 2024. The first half of 2024, it still does not work. But when we test it on 2025, the beginning of 2025, it starts to work. And it actually bears the new pattern and new technical paradigm that we use.
To make AI work for everyone, normal people. But a lot of people this model is really good or this model is really bad, on social media and elsewhere. So the that sort of scares people, or that sort of intimidates people, or they makes people think that I have to use this, but I don't know how to use it or something.
So for basically for Genspark, you can have peace of mind. You can say, I select default setting, and it performs very well. And we make the product to be familiar to user, like their normal tasks. We focus on the output, focus on the deliverables. You don't really need to understand which model we use, which kind of design pattern the agent harness actually adopt.
In terms of token costs, which everyone is talking about right now, and so that's the mixture of agents, sort of the combining different models, ultimately also help reduce cost. How does it do that?
So I'm really glad that you bring the token cost topic, because before that, people are thinking, whether AI can help me to do that. Now people are thinking, I know AI can help me do that. Then the follow-up question will be whether I can use AI, affordably to do all the tasks for me. So the token cost is actually becoming more and more kind of focused by our users. And Genspark works very hard to reduce the token cost. Just as we said, since we are using all the model combined together, and we will route the right task to the right model, So it will reduce a lot of costs because a lot of questions user ask is not that difficult. You don't really need Fable to answer hi.
Yeah.
Yes, something.
Hello. Or
yeah, hello.
Konnichiwa.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So we will automatically route the right model to the right model to the right task. And secondly, for the most demanding task, even though you are using Fable, you still think the result maybe not that good. You can use the mixture of agent that we already embedded, 1.5 years in our system, to say, hey, we can send the request to several, frontier model, and let a aggregate model to read through all the answers and synthetic a best answer accordingly. So basically, it's kind of like having a committee with all the best people in it and try to make the best decision. And we, according to our experiment, it's improved the performance a lot. And the third one is we are also using some kind of harness technique to reduce cost. For example, the real work is done by a kind of relatively cheaper model. However, from time to time, it will ask a more expensive advisor to say, hey, I need some guidance, help me on that. For example, I think I'm stuck, help me get out of it. So for this way, the advisor only, take a little bit compute for the entire agent loop. However, the price is very close to just using the cheaper model, but the performance is very close to only use the advisor model. So a bunch of kind of technique combined to make Genspark very token efficient.
So when you try to do like a specific task, so if you use GPT or if you use Genspark, like how much is the price different from using just GPT or just Genspark?
Yeah, I will give some empirical numbers according to my own experiment. It's not a benchmark.
Okay.
I don't want to declare the number as benchmark. For example, even say, okay, I'm using Genspark Ultra mode to write a kind of 5-page slide deck. The Ultra mode is actually using the Opus mode, and
4.7.
4.7, yeah. And for example, and another setting is, okay, you are using codecs, cloud code for Opus, also using Opus model, Opus 4.7 or 4.8, using the same prompt to get the same 5-page slides. We are around 5 times cheaper.
5 times cheaper?
5 times cheaper, yeah.
Is that because
you can try
combine?
Yeah, because our harness is more understand the kind of slide writing scenario better.
Yeah, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Because so in our harness we have more kind of specified tools and a CLI command that can help the model to change slide or to make the slide or check the slide result. You don't really need to directly operate the Office, the slides file itself. That will be much more costly. So the difference between the tool is underlying in the tool set and underlying in the harness.
So that means Genspark knows better about what it needs to do to complete the task.
Yeah, like to complete a certain task. For example, if you are talking about slides, you are talking about a Word document, you are talking about Excel.
Before moving to the next part, I heard the Genspark, new version of Genspark is coming.
Yeah.
And that's called Genspark 6.0. So what is it? How is it different from the existing ones?
So Genspark, currently you can view Genspark as the all-in-one workspace. We have a bunch of tools to help users to do a bunch of different kind of tasks. And the key for 6.0 is we want to give Genspark a brain, even though we name it second brain. So as the name indicates, it's kind of the second brain to your major, biological brain.
Yeah.
And the second brain is among the kind of among the center of concept of the Genspark 6.0. So for example, we can think of all the tasks as collect information, process information, and generate output. And 6.0 have a lot of new features to help user collect information. And for example, we have the Genspark Mail. You can connect the Genspark, your email account to Genspark.
Okay.
And Genspark will automatically help you process process your mail, compile a mail brain, your mail second brain, and also help you understand a lot of context better. And when you connect everything together and you compile them, we don't only connect, we understand. So basically we compile them and understand everything together.
Right.
Then it will be in a much better position to help you. It's just work like human brain. Human don't really remember everything they saw, they read, every page on a book they read. They continuously compile and understand everything. And when a new request or a new decision need to be made, it will be much more efficient and it will be much more have much higher accuracy. So that's the second brain.
So second brain is kind of memory.
Yeah.
Big memory.
Yeah, the memory memory can be used across all the tools because we have all different kinds of tools. But they will have a kind of common memory.
Yeah, right.
It will be much more powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard from many people that context is really important for AI to make AI work for you. So I have this tiny card sort of thing, and
it's the hardware version of Genspark second brain.
So what is it called?
It's called the Genspark second brain Note.
Okay, so what does it do?
Yeah, it helps you collect information. For example, you can bring it with you in every meeting. You can just click the button, and it will take the meeting notes for you. And the meeting notes, after the transcribe, it will it will summarize into a meeting notes, and it will go into a second brain. So you will be super relieved when you, for example, when you need to meet a lot of people every day. And by the way, Genspark second brain Note, the way I use it is not only for the meeting that I attend, kind of the formal meeting I attend. For a lot of time when the team have a kind of offline conversation to discuss some of the design, I also kind of learned the habit to open my second brain Note. It will record the conversation, and it will kind of summarize everything. What's the discussion? What's the disagreement? What's the agreement? And what's the next action item? So it's kind of a relief of mind for a lot of conversation, a lot of things. So it's actually my second brain.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do I turn it on?
You just need to long press
the button.
Yeah.
And starts recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's keep it on for the rest of the recording.
Let's keep it on for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And we can see
whether
we
can see what happens. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if we really need to record everything to give context to AI.
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on what's your angle and what's your own opinion. I will try to record a lot of things, happening around me, and aggregate all the things together. For example, my Notion, my Google Docs, my emails, my Slack channel, everything. So I can ask something. Okay, for example, last time when we talk about this one, what's the pros and cons we discussed from everywhere? Because some of the opinion is coming from email, some of the opinion coming from the Slack channel, some of the opinion is coming from the meeting. Yeah, so I can get all the context. So I personally is trying to embrace the AI tools as much as possible, because these days AI is advancing so fast. Even though some of the application or some of the things I want to do still is not able to be done by AI now. But yeah, look back in three months or maybe in 1 month.
Yeah.
Maybe suddenly it can be done.
Right.
So I'm keep trying.
Yeah, many important conversations just happen casually. So you don't want to miss it. So just keep it on and see what happens.
So I'm kind of more aggressively try to embrace AI.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. So how to run a global company with 70 people? So it is really 70 people only
it's really,
in Genspark?
Yeah, really. Really 70 people. And last time I count, our software engineer is just above 50 people.
50?
Yeah, 50 people. Because some of our employees kind of sales or kind of marketing like that. They don't really write code. But these days they are using Genspark to also write code and using Genspark Cloud to do things. But I used to work in Google and Baidu.
Yeah.
And I used to manage thousands of people because I was in charge of the search feature in Baidu.
Yeah.
And the way to work in kind of traditional big company is very different because you will divide everything into details. So you have a team to working on front end, have a team working on back end, have a team working on quality insurance, on the testing, have a team working on the algorithm, have a team working on the iPhone, Android software, have a team working on the iOS software. Everything is kind of scattered.
Right.
However, for Genspark, we don't have organization. We don't have department. We don't have all the territory boundary, all these things. Everybody is flat. And a lot of feature you see on the Genspark is only made by 1 or 2 people alone. Last time I checked, in the last 2 weeks, we actually submitted and launched more than 2 million lines of code.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 million lines of code in 2 weeks.
Wow.
By 50 software engineers. Yeah, so almost 100% of the code is written by AI.
Okay, 100%.
Yeah, almost 100%. And internally, we have a concept called lights out factory. So imagine for a physical factory, if it's fully automatic, then it can turn off the light because there is no human in it. The same concept also hold in the software building. So everything is triggered by a GitHub issue. And when a new issue comes in, the system will actually automatically pick up writing a PR for it.
Yeah.
It will automatically pass all the link, all the test, all the integration test. And when the owner says, okay, then this code just instantly go online. So everything is fully automated.
Yeah.
No human need to really, sit behind the computer to do things. A lot of time we are joking to each other. You only need your cell phone to approve the PR to finish your job.
So the human software engineer's task is just approve.
On some sense, not entirely. Not entirely. Don't tell our CEO about it. Because the people we hire we actually hire the best of the best people. We try to build a kind of superstar team, and everybody is capable of being a kind of architect in the older organization. The role of architect is the guy who is equipped with a bunch of people, for example, 20 people, to achieve a goal. And in the AI era, something changed. We don't equip them with the 20 people, team. We equipment with them with 50 AI agent team.
Right.
So basically, they are leading, a fleet of AI agents to finish the job. So yeah, the best people fully embrace AI, and it can change a lot of the way that, how the work can be done.
So did you feel a lot of bureaucracy when you used to work for Google or Baidu? Is that why you want to found a company?
I don't want to say say bad things about my previous employer. They treat me very well. But I would say it in general. I think bigger company by its nature, it's big. So there's a lot of internal friction. There have to be. You have a lot of people, a lot of different organizations. Different organizations have different territory and different scope, and you need to have a lot of internal communication. So I will believe, and this is my own opinion, is in the AI era, a lot of working organization will be much smaller than the previous one. Just as I said, for making something like Genspark, it used to took around 1,000 engineers in a bigger organization to achieve everything. Because there are too much work, too much code to maintain, to write. However, in the AI era, you only need 50 of them, 50 best engineers of them, and since you are small by nature, then there's no politics, there's no territory, there's no kind of no boundary, no bureaucracy. So the nature actually defines whether it has this kind of character or not.
Right. And is that also why the company grew so fast, as I said in the beginning of the show?
Yeah, exactly. I think if you follow Genspark's blog or our Twitter, you will find that Genspark almost launch one new feature every 2 weeks. So we are keep launching and keep inventing new stuff. Some of the feature will be really work, loved by a lot of people, but some of the feature maybe not, but it does not matter. As long as we can move super fast. We are very confident that we can give users some kind of pleasant surprise.
Before moving to the final part, I wanted to ask you about like the challenging part of running a global company with like a small number of people. Was there any moment when you think that, we should have, I wish we had more people here? Or
yeah, that's a really good question. Every time I think, okay, maybe we should have more people, I will try to force myself to think, okay, can we automate something for it? Using AI technology. And for example, since we have a global, we are having a global team. A lot of people in U.S. West, Bay Area. Also some people in LA, in New York. We have team in Singapore, in Japan, and in Korea. These days we are starting our Korean team. So a lot of communication burden start to emerge. But the way to solve it is try to use, for example, second brain. And also use the Genspark Claw inside our teams, inside our internal messenger. So you'll find that, okay, a lot of internal communication can be done just by talking to your Claw, which have the second brain. And you don't really need to talk to another people on that. Often some software engineer will let their agent write a GitHub issue to my agent, and my agent will read that issue and compose a solution. So the way to run a global company with very few people is try to automate the communication. This is the second step, because the first step is everybody is using the AI tool to get some efficiency gain. But the second step is maybe if you can change the communication and reduce the unnecessary communication, your team will be much, moving much faster.
So automation is part of your culture. Basically.
We try to automate everything.
Okay. For the final part, where this AI race is heading. So besides Genspark, so you see a lot of models. You use a lot of the AI models in your product. So how do you see the competition between AI labs? The OpenAI, Anthropic are competing with each other about model capabilities like GPT-5.6 or 5.05 or new models reportedly coming soon. Where do you think this is going?
So these are all my own opinion, my personal opinion. Yeah. That cannot say for other people.
Yeah.
But first of all, I will think the future is definitely the multimodal future, because a lot of very smart labs are working on this direction, and the model. There are two trends. There are basically two major trends. First, the model capability is growing super fast. If you measure the model capability in terms of whether how many hours of human work they can do, the complexity of hours of human work, they are increasing super fast these days. So this is the first thing. However, the model difference is actually decreasing. So the model difference is actually.
What does it mean?
Yeah, because for example, I'm personally use Cloud Code with Fable and Opus.
Yeah.
However, these days when the Fable quota runs out, I shift to Codex with GPT 5.6 Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the experience is better even sometimes.
Better than Fable?
Yeah, I think I will not say it's all consistently better. It's on par.
Okay.
You cannot really differentiate. Okay, am I talking to Codex right now, or am I talking to Cloud CodeNet? Right?
Oh, you easily get confused.
Yeah, a lot of time it's like that. So they are both capable. So the model difference is actually shortened. For example, as I also mentioned, the gap between the closed source model and the open weighted model is also closing. It's also decreasing. The model launched this morning, the Kimi K3. I think the capability is close to is between Opus and Fable. Even or maybe we can just say it's on par with Opus.
Yeah.
And I think this is a kind of a very great breakthrough for the open weighted model. But before that, it's not a kind of single case. Before that, the GRM 5.2 is also very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Minmax M3 is also catching up. So everybody is kind of catching up. So we are looking at two very interesting trends. The first one is everybody is going so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the model capability is increasing. And the second one is the gap between all the providers is also closing.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this kind of graph.
Interesting. Yeah.
Definitely, each provider will have second tier of model, the most intelligent tier, the kind of balanced tier, the most lightweight tier. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But the front end intelligence is kind of going this way.
Right. It is reported that during the ban, the government ban on Fable, a lot of the U.S. companies switch to Chinese open weighted model. Use them at like everyday work. So do you think the world is more like leaning more into Chinese open weighted model, like to I guess reduce costs or?
Okay, I will view this question as more kind of open versus closed model.
Okay.
It's not US versus Chinese. I think US also have more and more kind of open weighted model like this. For the closed source model, they spend a lot of money. They want to kind of make money on it. They have a higher gross margin on the model inference price, and they provide currently they provide a higher intelligence. On the other hand, is the open weighted model. They are much cheaper. You can deploy it on premise. And there's no kind of data security, risk or anything whining in your mind, and you were also not facing any risk that the provider suddenly cut you off or by any kind of reasons.
Yeah.
So I think it's major the competition between the open weighted model versus the closed source model. And I think with the capability of open weighted model becoming higher and higher, more and more people and more user and more developer will leaning toward to use the open weighted model. That's the kind of just economic. Yeah.
What is going to happen if more people, if everyone uses open weighted model?
I think it's good for competition. It's good for the entire ecosystem, I would say, because it will make the closed source model a closed source lab work harder to provide better things, to provide more competitive model. It's good for the ecosystem, and also it's good for a lot of use cases that don't really need the frontier intelligence.
Yeah.
And it can be achieved by open weighted model. You can deploy it on premise. Even on my Mac Studio, I can run a 4-bit quantized M3 on my Mac Studio. So if I'm really into to protect my data security, I don't want anyone to control my access to the intelligence. I can deploy on my own machine. So this is another choice that more and more people may consider.
Okay. I think the like a mixture of agents or a combination of different models is more important than single model. So besides model capability progress, what do you think is the most important technological trend in AI right now?
I think there are a bunch of them. For example, the harness is actually evolving very, very fast. So, and which also make the harness difference actually becoming less and less.
Okay.
For example, using cloud code, using codecs, using open code, gradually you cannot really feel the difference. The harness is also reaching a very high very high level, and so the harness is actually evolving, and there are also a lot of interest in the reinforcement learning based improvement, just as I described. For Genspark, we actually do the self improvement on Genspark's verticals. And what I will see, or what I will be very excited if one day that the AI model can train the next generation of AI model.
Like a recursive self-improvement?
Yeah, recursive super intelligence or something. Yeah, that will be cool. As a software engineer, I want to see that. And I will also think that AI for science will have a lot of contribution and a lot of impact can made on the society. The material science, the nuclear fusion, a lot of things that they can do. The human healthcare, the medical, a lot of things. I'm looking forward to the future.
On the last note, so you guys are working on the products for knowledge workers. So how do you see the future of the way we work, I would say in the next year or next 3 years?
In Genspark, we have a vision to make a kind of 3-day work day, 3-day work week for everybody.
Oh, just work 3 days a week?
Yeah. And the thing is...
That's easy to understand.
Yeah, the thing is we want to, I think gradually people are more embracing with AI technology, and people will find that a lot of busy work, the work that's are boring, that are not really interesting, can be delegated to AI, and people only need to focus on the work that are interesting, that are need more creativity kind of power, and maybe more personalized. So you generate the output because of you, not because of anyone else. Everybody become more like an artist, not like a kind of worker. Just like, for example, like driving cars, stuck in the traffic jam for 1 hour. Then in this kind of state, or this kind of scenario, you'd better have autonomous driving. To drive you from A to B. And there's another mode. For example, if I drive in a very beautiful line, like the Highway 1 in California, I'd rather drive by myself. I'd rather drive a very good car. So this is another kind of scenario that I want to do it, then I can do it. I can enjoy it. So I will think in the future, everybody's work is kind of driving your car in highway in California, not stuck in the traffic jam.
In Tokyo.
Or maybe on Highway 101 in Bay Area. Yeah, it's disastrous.
Just imagine no traffic, and like a comfortable highway.
Yeah, so basically all the busy work, all the work that which are boring and not interested to you can be delegated to the AI agent.
Okay. はい、ここまでジェンスパークの甲斐忠さんと賢い AI より使える AI をテーマにお送りしてまいりました。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございます。ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価、そしてクロスリーグ公式 X のフォローもお願いします。ニュースレターの配信も始めてますので概要欄からぜひご登録ください。So, okay, thank you again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you again. Yeah, this is very fun.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Thank you very much.